Hey y'all.
Hey.
So sorry we've been kind of MIA this weekend, but Stephanie had a terrible migraine that started this weekend that we had to get through. And then we also had Murphy come and see us, which we'll talk more about in a little bit here in the video. But we definitely wanted to talk about some good news that we have. And some of you may have already seen this that follow us on Facebook at Getting Gazelle. But our van is completely paid off.
So, if you can see this on the iPad, we paid off $7,709.43, and we paid it off 39 months early.
Yay!
Yay! So, all we have left is student loans. We actually posted this a few days ago when it finally processed, because we waited forever. And we mentioned it in another video. But if you follow us on Facebook, you can see little updates like this. I call it a little update, but I think it's pretty big.
And we also share a lot of motivational quotes and just things to help you keep your head up, day-to-day stuff, things to help you keep your head up while you're going along this journey.
Yep. So follow us on Facebook, Getting Gazelle. This is our second. We have two of the same make and model of cars, just two different years. And so this is the newer one. It is the van that we got so we could take the little boys to therapy. If you're wondering why our house is so quiet, school is back in session. Last week was mid-winter break. No spring break here. And Isaiah's taking a nap. So
they have a spring break, but since it's so short, the spring, I guess, is so short. They only have 2 days.
They only get 2 days of spring break.
So they get a midwinter break, and I think the reason is because everybody wants to kind of get a break from the cold, so they allow people to have the midwinter break so that people can go on vacation and kind of get out of the frozen tundra.
Right, but we weren't able to get out of the frozen tundra. We had a staycation. Brandon was home on vacation last week, and we did some things around the house. You saw us go to the Science Museum. What else did we do? I organized the boys' closet.
Yeah, so little home improvement. We
some deep cleaning, stuff like that.
We planned on getting to our office, but of course, something always comes up, and you can never finish everything on your list. But the good news is again that we got that completely paid off. However, once we paid that off, Murphy came to see us this weekend, and I noticed on the way to the museum that the steering wheel was kind of jerking back and forth a bit. So I took it into the shop hoping that it was just maybe a tire was imbalanced or something like that. And I got there and we had metal coming out of 3 tires on the insides of the tires, so you couldn't see them from the outside. And the 4th one was pretty bad also. And the tie rod needed to be replaced, so we ended up having to use our emergency fund to replace 4 tires, a tie rod, and get a new alignment on the van. So the silver lining is at least that all that was done on a car that's now paid off.
True.
And we had not a fully funded emergency fund, but we had an emergency fund that the baby one, the $1,000 that was able to take care of that. So no going in debt to cover a car repair or something like that, which is exactly what the emergency fund is for. So it felt pretty good to be able to walk in, have a $918.35 expense, and to come out and still not have any debt because of that, but to be able to pay cash for that repair. So that was the good news.
So our emergency fund is going to be replaced with we had a snowflake from. Okay, let me back up. The reason we were able to pay off our van, the $7,000, because that's not even a monthly salary for us. That was a combination of Brandon's yearly bonus and our tax refund. It was a complicated tax year for us with lots of expenses and stuff, and we had some bonuses that we couldn't change our tax withholding on, so they had to take the money and hold it all year. So we got a large, for us, because we have 5 kids, tax refund. So between the tax refund and Brandon's bonus, and he got an amazing bonus this year, we were able to pay off the car early, and we were going to make a rather large payment on our student loan debt, which is all the debt we have left is Sally Mae. So what we were going to do is we were going to make a large payment on that, but instead that's going to refill our emergency fund. So we'll be back at $1,000. In fact, we are. We just transferred the money. And we cross our fingers, praise God, maybe we'll have a snowball to actually throw at Sally Mae as if we can keep everything going for this month. So this is kind of like a mid-month preview maybe. And hopefully we can come back and tell you at the end of the month how much we were able to pay on our student loan debt. So we have never told anybody how much debt we have. So obviously we had this $7,000 from our car. And then all we have left, we're taking a page out of Gazelle Intense, Jackie and Chris's page, because they are completely transparent. We owe $17,710.02 on our student loans between the two of us. And that is just outrageous. So we are going to hit it hard this year, and hopefully our stretch goal is to have it done by December.
Yeah, we're hoping to get that paid off and have an early Christmas present to ourselves and be completely debt-free by Christmas.
Right. So that's what I said earlier when I said we were $400 short. Well, now we're $1,300 short because $900 of it went to our car. So we're going to have to get creative and
definitely
find some
have to
hustle.
get creative, and we have a big garage sale planned for when it gets nice.
Right.
So some different things like that, and we've always been provided for, so we're just going to keep our faith and work hard and, pinch where we can and just try to come up with that extra money so that we can meet our goal by the end of December.
Right. So we've gone over our budgets, future budgets, because I'm the nerd, so the budgets are projected out, and we might have to scale them back a little bit to see if we can find some $1,300. Something else I wanted to note is that's different this month is that we have an envelope for Easter. Christmas is big enough that we have an envelope every month for Easter, or for Christmas. So every month we put a little bit aside for Christmas until November. November's the last month. We don't put anything in December for Christmas. Instead, we use what we would have put in for Christmas for after Christmas sales so we can start the next year clearance shopping. But Easter is it's a big holiday to us in our faith, but we don't celebrate it at the same scale that we celebrate Christmas, which has always kind of bothered me. But so we are putting $50 in our Easter envelope, and so out of that is Easter dinner, the extras that I need for Easter dinner, and little Easter doodads for our 5 kids. $50 is not a lot. It's like $10 a kid if I don't have to take anything out for Easter dinner. But just want to give you a heads up that Easter is in the beginning of April this year. It's the 5th. So you may want to start thinking about it now and get the good pickings instead of having to take the leftover really expensive, uncreative stuff towards the end of March.
Yep, so the big tips that we have for today would be to make sure that you plan for the holidays. Again, some of the big holidays you want to plan for each month. Some of the ones that are, not so expensive, you want to, at least still set an envelope aside so that you don't, have to use any plastic or anything like that. And then to make sure that you at least have your $1,000 emergency fund set aside, because you never know what may come up. And it's such a peace of mind to, as bad as it feels to, lose $918, it's still
and 35 cents.
And 35 cents. It's still fantastic to be able to, walk in and walk out and not have any additional debt to worry about. That is all paid for in cash.
Right. They were actually rather shocked that he paid it with a debit card. And
they gave me a free oil change.
Oh, yeah. He got a free oil change because they didn't have to pay a credit card company.
Yeah,
yes.
I guess.
Oh, and then they did an alignment too. So,
Yep.
So that's all we have for today. Today's Monday, so I'll be taking the little boys to therapy. I have an hour plus drive, which is why I'm so thankful my car was fixed over the weekend. And Brandon's got to get back to work.
Yep. So I got to go back. So we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.